Welcome into the show today. Thank you for making this podcast a part of your daily routine. If not, hit that subscribe button right there in the lower left or right-hand corner of the screen. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, hit that follow button so this podcast shows up in your feed 6 times a week, Monday through Saturday. There will not be an episode tomorrow because I will be out of town and will be unable to record. So this week, it's 5 times a week. But forgive the man. It's February. There's nothing happening. And we're still delivering content. My producer, Tim, over there. Hey, what's up, Tim? He's been working hard and doing a lot of work behind the scenes to put this thing together. So grateful for him and all of his hard work. So, Tim, shout out to you. Hope your family's listening. So appreciate you. All right, the topic today that Tim and I were discussing earlier, and it's a topic that's going to be a topic all off season, and why not start diving into it right now? And the ultimate question is this. It's a very simple question, but it's also a question that pushes back against our natural inclined instincts. And the question is this: are we sure that we are so sure that J.J. McCarthy is a sure thing? Because the conversation right now is the Vikings should get rid of Sam Darnold, have that cap space for McCarthy to step in as QB1 to start the 2025 season. He had an impressive training camp. He had one good preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders. But do we really think that McCarthy is going to step in the 2025 season and have a seamless transition, and the Minnesota Vikings are going to pick up right where they left off last season? I don't think it's going to be as simple as that. The Vikings have the pieces around the quarterback. They've got free agency money to spend, a draft pick to select a guy that they need, and they've got the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, including a great tight end and a solid wide receiver 3. But is it always as easy as, Vikings are going to be even greater next year because they have free agency money to spend and they've got a draft pick to select? Which means you think about the roster last year, and basically almost the entire same roster is coming back. It only should be better because of the money that they have spent. It never actually works out that way. If it did, the Minnesota Vikings wouldn't have gone 14-3 this past season because of what they did the year before. So I think we just need to be careful about our expectations with McCarthy and where he is going to end up with the Vikings, because I'm excited about him. I'm pumped about him. I want to see him be the QB1 on the Vikings next season. However, are we sure that one preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders is enough for us to declare that McCarthy is going to lead the Vikings to at least a wild card berth and potentially an NFC North title? Aaron Rodgers, one of the all-time great quarterback talents of this generation, is looking for a team. Maybe he'll retire. My prediction is he'll retire. His first year starting with the Green Bay Packers in 2008. We're talking about multi-MVP, great arm. We know who Aaron Rodgers is. His first year starting in the league, his overall record was 6-10. That's Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. His very next season, 11-5, 10-5, 14-1, 11-5, 6-3, 12-4, 10-6, 10-6. Almost every single season, Aaron Rodgers had a winning record with the Green Bay Packers. But his first year starting, he went 6-10. 28 touchdowns, 13 picks. Very Aaron Rodgers-esque numbers. High touchdowns, good touchdown to interception ratio. But there had to be growing pains for Rodgers. He didn't just step in and replace Favre and then the Packers were Super Bowl contenders right away. There was a year where they needed to wait for Rodgers to develop as the starting quarterback. And I think it's going to be the same for the Vikings. I don't expect McCarthy to step in and the Vikings are automatically Super Bowl contenders. In fact, I would not be surprised if McCarthy held the Minnesota Vikings back from success that they could have had with Sam Darnold or, let's say, even a Daniel Jones. This first year with McCarthy, if he is going to be allegedly the starter as QB1, could be a year of growing pains, could be a year of maturity, understanding defenses, because let's face it, McCarthy missed his entire rookie season practicing and playing. I do think virtual reality will help him develop more than a quarterback that was injured in 2005, just because of the technology that has come so far. But it's still not practice reps. He still sat on the sideline all year long in practice and in games. So there are valuable physical reps that he was not able to get, even though he was able to take mental reps with virtual reality. And you think about quarterbacks that get to the Super Bowl. Mahomes, Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts. How many times does a first-time starting quarterback reach the big game his first season? Hardly ever. How many rookie quarterbacks have started in a conference championship game? The list is Brock Purdy in 2022, Mark Sanchez in 2009, Joe Flacco in 2008, Ben Roethlisberger in 2004, Sean King in 1999. And people are going to point to the success Jaden Daniels had and think McCarthy could achieve that level of success. Jaden Daniels is more the exception than the rule. There's no way that I expect McCarthy to perform to the same level as Jaden Daniels did his first year. It's probably more likely that McCarthy performs to the level of Caleb Williams his first year starting with the Vikings than Jaden Daniels. Because you look at what Jaden Daniels did for the Washington Commanders, and the things that he was doing on the football field are things that you do not see from rookie quarterbacks. You know, Bo Nix made the playoffs with the Denver Broncos. They lost first round. Got annihilated by the Buffalo Bills. So I guess maybe there's a case that McCarthy could do what Bo Nix did. But I do believe that McCarthy is more likely to hold back the Minnesota Vikings from achieving the ultimate success than he is to lead the Vikings to the big game. I hope J.J. McCarthy is the guy. And he seems to have the leadership qualities, even the physical traits to be that guy. But are we so sure that McCarthy is going to step in 2025 and pick up where the Minnesota Vikings left off? I would not be so sure. Because sometimes our minds get ahead of ourselves and think, oh, we got McCarthy in his first preseason game, and we got this free agency money. Oh, and we got a first-round pick, and Dallas Turner will be better. Oh, we're just going to bring in guys, and Jefferson and Addison and Naylor, and we're going to get better offensive line. Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's not how it works. Sometimes we fast-track success when it's not a linear line. It's not a straight line. It's bumpy. It's bumpy. And that's what it's going to be like for McCarthy his first year starting for the Vikings, to the point where we might be analyzing the Vikings next season and think, what were the Vikings doing letting Sam Darnold walk? They made a massive mistake. Look at what he's doing with the Titans or the Raiders. Or think about what he could have done again in a Vikings uniform. He proved it once. Now McCarthy, Vikings are 5-9, and McCarthy's supposed to be the guy. We might be thinking Quessy on the hot seat. What was Kevin O'Connell thinking? I thought he was the quarterback whisperer. This could all be the narrative next season. That could be real life analysis. So I just want us to pump the brakes, take a breath, understand that there could be bumps in the road. Most likely there will be. And that McCarthy, as good as the Vikings roster is right now, will take time to develop into the quarterback that hopefully we all expect him to be in 2 to 3 years. He's practically a rookie quarterback starting. You know, it's different than being Aaron Rodgers and backing up far for the first few years of your career, because you're still getting practice reps. You're still QB2 when you get in blowouts or whatever the case may be. McCarthy didn't get any of that. You know, in the NBA, if you miss the entire season, like Chet Holmgren did, if you miss your entire rookie season, you're considered a rookie the following year in your first season. And the NFL should apply the same rules. J.J. McCarthy, because of an injury, will practically be a rookie quarterback for the Vikings next season. Just be careful about our expectations. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for watching this episode and for making this podcast a part of your day. Hit that subscribe button and follow button wherever you are watching and listening. Thank you all.